Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today, I'm going to be making a fairly straightforward, simple card, just using some pattern paper and a die cut. And then I'm going to do some stenciling, just a little bit, and some embossing folder work. All right. My card is a nice chocolate brown. This is going to be a sympathy card today. This measures 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at the 5-inch line, folded it, and creased it with my bone folder. And I have 2 pieces of cream or ivory cardstock. These measure 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. One's going to go on the inside and one is going to go on the outside. And then I had this patterned paper, which is kind of it matches the brown of this paper. In this cardstock's GinaK's chocolate truffle. And that's my last piece of that. I got to get more ordered. And then I thought the cream and the ivory kind of went together. And then I cut an oval. This is stitched edged oval. This measures about 4 3/4 in length. And this is from Want2, the number 2, scrap.com. That's just the name of the company. And I cut out this die cut. This is from Spellbinders. This is their Die Delights Flower Burst. It's either the flower burst or, no, I'm sorry. It's asters and poppies. So I'm not sure which one's the aster and which one's the poppy. But that's the one I cut out. And I'm going to color that. All right. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss this ivory cardstock or cream. This is Spellbinders in the Pines. I kind of thought, since I'm going with a flower on the front, that this foliage looked kind of nice. And I thought it would go well with this. So I'm going to put it in, get that embossed. And let's see how that turns out here. I can never remember the sandwich for these folders. And this is obviously not the right sandwich. So let me go. Let's see. Okay, my normal embossing folder sandwich on my Anna Griffin machine is the 2 clear plates and the magnetic plate, or the metal shim. For this Spellbinders folder, it was 1 plate and my magnetic mat. You never know what it's going to take. And I should write on here what it took. And that gave me a very nice, and I don't think you can see that on camera. Yeah, there you can see it. It's just a light textured background. Now this is going to go on here, and I kind of wanted it moved in from the little side just a little bit. So I'm going to put that together, and then I'm going to put it on my card front. This card should not take a long time today, which is good because I have decided, I've been asked to help maintain the local historical society. So on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I'm going to be doing the historical society from 10 to 2 each day. So I wanted to get this done before I went down there today. The last lady they had running it passed away. So, okay. And that's just going to be popped on just glued right down to the front. I love history and genealogy. So I'm going to try to get everything worked in so I can do it all. Why not? Okay. I'm just going to set my large acrylic block just on that to hold that down while I work on everything else. That's the inside of the card. I can put that on in a minute, but I've got an extra strip here. I want to put this on the same, but I thought I'd move it over here. So your wording will be over there. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll put it at the bottom. Nope, it's going right over there. Just because I can. You can put yours wherever you would like, whatever works for your mind's eye. I'll just set that up there. Now on this, I want to do a little bit of ink, stenciling ink blending on the back. And I have this waffle flower. This is brick wall. I don't want to fill it in totally. I just want to hit or miss, but I'm not really sure which of these two colors I want to use. I pulled out Kraft and warm cocoa. I'm just going to get well, this is a scrap paper that I'm going to be doing some alcohol ink coloring on. So just want to see how it looks. That's one color. That's the Kraft, which I might go with the Kraft. I think the warm cocoa might be a little too dark. Yeah, definitely the warm cocoa is too dark. So I'm going to just clean this off a little bit and get that warm cocoa off there. That sounds good. A cup of hot chocolate on a cold day. All right, get my stencil back. I could use my embossing mat, my grip mat, but I just want to put a little bit on here so there's no point in getting it out. And I'm just going to do it very, very lightly so you almost see the pattern, but you don't really. Just very lightly. Okay. Now, this flower, I'm going to turn my paper over. I'm going to use some alcohol ink. And I have E530 Dark Bark. I didn't have any more of the warm cocoa. My only scrap was this big, so it wasn't big enough to cut this out. I thought that this color would work nice. This is one of my Ohuhu markers. And so here we go. Let's see what color we get. Oh yeah, I like that color. Just going to go over the edges, anything that I might have missed. And it was down on the paper. It's hard when you're coloring white on white to see the edges. If you pick it up and turn it, or at least for older eyes, when you turn it, that kind of gives you a different angle and you can see the white much better. All right. And now we'll go on to center. Set that aside, pull my card back out. You know, I think it needs something around the edge of this. Almost like it needs a second layer. And I don't have any more of that chocolate color. You can put your... Sorry about that. Just as I was going to put you on pause to see what I could do for this edge, and I swallowed a giant cat hair. Okay. I think if I take the warm cocoa and just kind of brush it up against the edge, I'm going to go for it. I don't want a lot. It just needs a little something to set it apart from the background. And I'm letting the bristles grow over the top, but I need it to get more on the top. And that's going to look a little too bad. I don't think I'm going to like that. That reminds me of my Tim Holtz grungy job the other day. Okay, don't like that. I'm going to get my alcohol marker and I'm going to do my best to trace around the edge of this. If I don't like it, I'll figure out something else. That's a little too dark, but I think it might work. Decisions. Should I stop now? Yeah, let me do this over. I'm not liking this at all, so I'm going to see what I can come up with. Okay, I'm back. I'm scrapping that oval, and I have cut out 2 non-stitched ovals that layer a little bit better together. So I'm going to color one. This, let's see if I cut those the right size. Yeah. I'm just going to take the warm cocoa because I do like that color behind it. But yeah, no. Let me grab some blues. I'm not going to pause you. This is how my mind works sometimes. I'm thinking maybe ocean mist. I'm going to try it on one side. Let me get a brute. Let's see, let's get the smaller of the 2 and put that aside. This is the larger one. Okay, let's see how the ocean mist looks like. And this may not work either. But I'm liking the card. It's just the center portion that is frustrating my brain at the moment. Let's see how that... I like that, but I think it needs to be a different color. Let's try this. Well, I'm going to add the Emerald Coast on top of it just to see what comes out. That might be too green. Yeah, that's too green. So now I'm going to flip it over. And let's try turquoise sea. I may end up just getting an alcohol marker. That's why paper has 2 sides. So you can use one side, and if you don't like it, flip it over and do something else. That would be in the center of that. And then that would go on there. It needs toned down with brown. Okay, let's try the Kraft. This is going to be an experiment class today. We're going to add some brown in with the... You know, I'm actually liking the background, but not necessarily for this card. But those colors all kind of look cool together. Reminds me of a giraffe. Not the green part, but let's see if that makes any difference at all in it. Ooh, I don't like it. No, absolutely not. No way. Okay. I tried. You never know till you try, right? So what if we just leave this plain and not smaller? Don't like the plain. This is when I wish I was live and you guys could give me a hint. I'm going to get another piece of this and cut it out, and I'm going to, wait a minute, hold on. No. No. If I had just enough, I'm going to cut out this again and color it the brown with my circle. So I will put you on pause for that. You don't need to see me cut. Okay, this is it. I am coloring this brown. Enough of the indecisiveness here. Thankfully, when I go down to the Historical Society today, it's not officially open. I'm just going to be cleaning and reorganizing so nobody has to ask me a history question that I need to remember. Let's see if I've colored that in wide enough. Pardon me. The hair must have went down the wrong direction. That's what it needed. It would have been nice to have that just a little bit smaller, but those are the two closest sides. So I need to look for some ovals that have that narrow border like GinaK's do. I really prefer that. So now I need to get my Kraft out again. I'm going to add just a little bit of that brick wall in here. Just a little. Just a little. And we're going to turn that over because I didn't have that cleaned off my brush. Just want a little bit. That's better. I had my long-haired ginger cat down here with me earlier today, and he must have been shedding. Though when he sheds, he doesn't shed like individual hairs. His are clumps or tufts. Now my other cats are tabbies, and they just shed little individual hairs everywhere. All right. Now that's going to get popped up with, I might as well use my foam tape. I've got that here ready to go. And then the only thing I do, well, of course, blending it up, but I do need to stamp and die cut a sentiment. Goodness. Swallowing things, throwing things on the floor, just having all kinds of fun. Now I need to decide where I want to put this on here exactly. And I'm thinking, and I glued the wrong side down, but that's okay. It's what I'm going to use. Right there. And I'm going to put this on here. Glue that down flat. See, my mind was telling me to use the warm cocoa side and not the Kraft side. All right. Glue that down. Now for a sentiment, I did have, yes, there they are. With Sympathy, or You Are in My Thoughts. I think with Sympathy. I'm just going to stamp that on a piece of Kraft, or the cream. And I am going to stamp that in the warm cocoa, because why not? I've already got it on the background. Just using the scrap of cream that I had out. And let's see how it looks in warm cocoa. If I don't like it, I will do it in the Versafine Clear. Yes, I think I'll like that. May need a couple of stampings here. For one, because I don't have my stamping platform flat on the table. That's perfect. Now this does have a die cut. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is from GinaK's Delicate Dahlias dice, stamp and die set. Okay. That is nice. I think I want to put it there instead of down here like I usually do. I'm thinking I want it right there. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way now. Get rid of that. So I should save it. Do something with it. Now, I want to pop that up just the littlest bit, and I think my little narrow foam strips will fit on there perfectly. Yes, they will. Right there. Okay. Now, on this strip of rhinestones I got for Christmas, there are some brown ones. But I think I'm going to go old school gold sequins. I've got a lot of sequins. I need to use them. Trying to figure out placement is a little cumbersome at times. No, I'm just going to go with those three. I'm not going to add any more of that, but I will do a little bit of Wink of Stella when I'm done. So let me get these glued down. Just a little drop. And I still have to put the inside on. Flip this one over because it turned upside down on me. Well, I'll just use another one. It didn't want to be right side up. Okay, I'm going to put the inside in now. And now's where I decide, do I want this pattern paper on the right side like I thought, or am I going to put it the same old way on the inside? Same old way. Just get that done. So the inside has a nice finished design, and the front does. And I'm just going to wink a Stella, the flower. It adds just a titch of glitter. It's not so overt that it's not correct for a sympathy card. Not that there's anything correct or incorrect about a sympathy card, but it's not in your face so obvious that it sparkles. Okay, that is my card for today. All the errors, the cat hairs combined. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.